when was that transition for you where you started to open up that
my
door?
own past life regression. I was like so curious. So it was 2020. I just heard about someone having a past life regression. I never questioned if past life is or isn't real. Like I was like, okay, it's interesting, you know. I try to always keep this like open-minded state of being, that I always ask myself, does it resonate with me or not? But I never say that like, oh, this is not true or it's true. It's just another little point of view that person has.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, there's this woman who does, I was like, okay, I want to try this. What is this? Let me find out more. So it was 2020 and I had a past life regression and I explored 2 past lives in a regression.
You personally?
Yeah, I was hypnotized to go into the past lives. You know, the past life that comes through and forward in this session is always the most relevant for that part of your life or that stage where you at, or lifetime in general. And in the first past life, I was this explorer. I was men in both of them. I was the explorer. My name was John, and I was sailing from Portugal on this like wooden ship with very small crew to go explore unseen lands.
Wow.
And I was leaving my girlfriend behind on the shore. And I was like, I gotta go for this. And I remember standing on the top of the ship and just like feeling this like adventurous spirit of like unseen lands are waiting and I'm going for it. And then I landed on some islands. I don't know if it was Tenerife or some islands in the Atlantic. And we were just like going around and seeing, and then they take you towards the last day of your life. And I actually jump off the waterfall and I drown down in the water. So that was my death. I was basically drowning in the pool under the waterfall.
Holy shit.
And then it takes you to like understand like, okay, what is the message of this past life? Why it came through? And the message was that even if it means leaving my family behind, which I left my whole family behind. And as a 21-year-old, I moved to Miami and left completely everything behind. Even if it means leaving your loved ones behind, you got to follow your heart and that adventurous spirit that I just love, right? To exploring the world and going on a different trips, inward and outward, travel guide. It's just that adventurous spirit and the calling of the heart needs to be followed. That was repetitive for my soul journey, to just like follow the heart and find the adventures in every lifetime I'm beginning to embrace. And I actually have like this little fear of closed spaces underwater. Because in that life I couldn't like push myself up and go up to the surface because something got stuck. So even when we were in Mexico in cenotes, like to be underwater, and sometimes you need to enter those like very specific caves by going under, and you cannot go up. You just need to swim through. Oh my God, I was like facing my fear like on the next level.
Yeah.
So that was the first one. And second one, I was this like part of the tribe in Peru back in time. I was this like the village healer, I would say, and I would just like help people
Can totally see
energetically, right? I was a man as well. And it took me back to, one part of the past life, it took me back to being a little child, and I was learning to walk in this life. And I could feel Mother Earth supporting every single step I took, and being so joyful to just like see a little children of the earth just like walking and exploring. And then when I went to the end of the life, like what was the learning lesson? Embracing the Mother Nature and like the gifts that nature gives us and the energy it holds and the healing it provides us. So I was bringing that to the village, and it was something that I get to bring right now to the people as well, as far as the energy goes. So that was like, it's real, like I felt it. And it wasn't like someone else is channeling something for you. It's you accessing the information for yourself. And it was just inner knowing. Like she would ask a question and I would right away answer, like, what's your name? This, and that. So it just comes as the information stored in your DNA and in yourself, in your body.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've always been so fascinated by hypnosis because I've had this little bit of resistance. Like,
okay, tell me more.
I'm like, is it real? Like maybe it's just all bullshit. I don't know. Even with past lives, I do believe in. And I think a book that changed things for me was Past Lives, Many Masters. Have you ever read that?
Many Lives, Many Masters by
Many
Brian
Lives,
Weiss.
Many
He was
Masters,
actually based in Miami. He has his
really?
clinic here in Miami. He lives in Miami still.
No way.
But he doesn't practice anymore, yeah.
Wow, that book's fascinating.
So good.
But there's always just been this resistance. I'm like, is hypnosis like possible? And I feel...
So what do you think hypnosis actually is? That's my question.
I don't know. I guess my first read would be that it's taking you to a state that's accessible where you're kind of here, but not really here. And in that state, you have access to information, and only in that state. But it just, is that?
No, that's perfect. I mean, like,
perfect,
it's great. But what do you, so you said it beautifully. You get into the state where you are in between. We like to call it the state between, you know, when you just wake up in the morning,
Yes.
but you're not fully, that second or 2 seconds, we're like, oh, where am I? What's happening? Or when you've fallen asleep and you're in between.
Or the dream's ending. You're
That's
like, the
it.
dream's ending and you're starting to come online, but you're still
Yeah.
in the dream, but you're not fully in it.
So there is this in-between state. That's the theta brain state that is, because delta is full on sleeping, and a theta brain state, it's very suggestive. It's very in between. Like you are quieting down the conscious mind so you can listen a little deeper and access a little more information. So we're hypnotized every single day.
Yeah.
When you're waking up and when you go to sleep.
Think about dreams.
And you're dreaming.
Yeah.
We are hypnotized. You know how when you go on Instagram and they flash captions at you,
Yep.
and you have to look at it.
I've never been on Instagram. What's it like?
I don't know. So that's the form of hypnosis. You literally just have like the whole world disappears and there is just this moment.
Wow.
When we're driving,
Yeah.
we're hypnotized when we're driving. When we are just like wandering in our thoughts, and
Yeah.
we're hypnotized all the time. It's just the Hollywood movies think that hypnosis is that, like, I snap the finger and you be a chicken.
That's probably what,
I know.
that's why I have the resistance. And you know why else, as we discussed earlier, I need to experience things firsthand. It's just how I am.
Very good. I mean,
So-
that brings you sovereign decisions to make, which is
and
beautiful.
I will never believe in something unless I experience it. That's why I didn't believe in God until I experienced God.
So
And then I'll never not believe in God again because I experienced it.
It's
It was
good.
real.
It's good to go through. I personally go with, like, I'm open-minded and I question things and I'm absolutely embracing it as my reality once I experience it. Yes. But for me, like you see, like you don't believe until you experience it. I'm like, I'm open-minded, show me.
Yeah.
Let's see, let's play. Because if person would come to me, and this is what Dolores teaches as well, if person come to me, she says everyone can be hypnotized because we're literally hypnotized all the time. However, if person comes and says, I cannot be hypnotized, the power of your minds and the boundaries you create for yourself are
stop you.
so powerful. It's powerful more than anything.
It's like the placebo, right? They don't believe it's real or possible or it can happen, so how can it happen?